My name is Chris, and this is our new friend,
Sakina.
Hey. So I realized I wasn't cool enough on the YouTube channel, so I found other people that are cooler than me, and I found Sakina here. Now, what do you study?
I am neuroscience engineering, cognitive and computational with a minor in engineering sciences.
That is impressive. Just that alone, just on a business card, is pretty cool.
I know, I can't wait.
So I think you're going to have a lot of fun coding with us and going through these things. Now, what I want to do is, there's a resource that I haven't talked about yet on the YouTube channel. It's called STEMcoding.osu.edu. And so if you're a teacher out there and you're watching this, or maybe you're a student out there and you want to tell your teacher about all this fun stuff that we're doing on the YouTube channel, this is what I actually use in my own classes to try to facilitate these coding activities. So you can do the coding activities through the alpha editor that we've been using on some of the other videos, or you can do it through this resource, STEMcoding.osu.edu. It's free.
And it's fun.
And it's fun. So what we're going to do is you're going to sign up.
Okay, definitely.
And I'll kind of walk you through what this
Darn
is like.
it.
And we'll try to make sure I don't step on
We got it. Okay.
these microphone cables. I'm going to stand here
That makes
like
sense.
a polite young lad.
So then I'm going to go to sign in here.
That's right. You want to sign in. And the first thing you want to do is create an account.
Okay.
And so over here, if you haven't created an account already, you can do sign up.
Sign up, right.
And you put in your name. And
First name. Does it have to be? Probably not.
And it doesn't have to be, whatever name. You got to put something in the last name, otherwise it's not going to work. But, whatever email you want to use here is fine. We're not going to send any emails to this email. That's just so that you have kind of a username for the platform.
Oh,
And
cool. So no junk mail, no spam?
No spam, I
Yay.
promise. I promise. Cross my heart.
Yeah.
Hope to die. Go ahead and give your password again at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
there.
It's funny because I actually forgot my password that fast. There we go.
Whatever password you want to do is fine, as long as it's 8 characters minimum.
Cool.
And so we're going to go ahead and sign up. And you got to put something for the last name.
Oops. Okay. So I'm going to make it. It's perfect. Oh, no. Okay. That's not working. Let's do this. There we go. Yay!
You've signed up successfully. You did it. Okay.
Yay me!
So now the next thing you want to do is you want to join a course.
Okay.
And so for this you have to have a join key. And so go ahead and put in the word demo, and that will allow you to join a course. And
I am already enrolled in the
you're
course.
already enrolled. You were enrolled as of a millisecond ago.
Right. Makes sense.
And so here's your assignments, in no particular order, by the way.
Okay. So it's just listed.
And so you guys have seen planetoids. We're going to talk about bellicose birds later, which is our version of Angry Birds. But let's talk about this introduction to the P5.js programming framework.
Oh, this looks fun.
Okay. And so we're going to kind of walk through this thing. The first part is the draw function. And so if you've seen our other videos, you've seen the draw function. But this is just a hello world example. So usually when you learn a new programming language, the first thing to do is hello world. And so we have a particular way of doing this in STEMcoding.osu.edu. So if you want to go ahead and click here, this will run the code. Now it doesn't seem like the code is running now, does it?
No, actually it doesn't.
So go ahead and drag the scroll bar on the right, and you can see the hello world.
Oh, how cool.
There
It's
you
just
go.
sitting there. How nice and pretty.
And so what you want to do is you want to click edit this lab file group.
Okay.
And there you go. And so now you have the code here. And you can hit run code. Uh-oh.
Pop-up
Okay.
blockers.
All right. Here, all right, let's stop here for a second. Okay. Pop-up blockers are the bane of our existence. And so the first thing you have to do to get this code to run here is that you have to unblock the pop-up blocker. So you have to go to the preferences and say
Always?
allow pop-ups from STEMcoding.osu.edu. And
Yay.
so we're using Firefox, but you know, it's a similar kind of thing with Chrome.
Yeah.
Safari though, Safari.
Is it different?
You have to hunt through the settings to unblock the pop-up light, unless they changed it in the new version of Safari. But now it works. Now we have this window, and hello world, and there you go. And so once you run that thing, you can go ahead and close it. And by the way, one thing you could do is you can hit, you can refresh the page. If you just want to run the code again, you can just click refresh.
Which is not what I was doing.
Because I told you to do the other thing, but if you hit refresh, it works perfectly fine.
Yay.
And sometimes with like the Planetoids game, you're going to want to refresh it or something like that. So now we have this code. And so the idea is that, you know, the sketch.js, that's the code you're actually working with. Functions.js, you should never really need to look at that. Don't look at it.
Other words, never, don't even peek at it, like what I just did.
You shouldn't need to. Now the next thing we got to do is we got to save the project.
Okay, so that's
And by the way, the point of all this is so that you can submit the code to your teacher, and your teacher can see what you've done, and they can look at it and see how it's going and things like that. And without doing all this, it's just this kind of giant mess of you emailing the teacher your code or something, and then they have to run it. They don't.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Streamline it all. Have it in one area.
So go ahead and save the project. I'm going to stand back here so you can put in
a project name.
there.
I'm going to put demo 1. And description. This is a demo. This is what the teacher will see when they open it, correct?
Maybe like hello world or something is what we're working on. And you'll see le bouton.
And then save project. Yay, and then submit.
Now hold on, we're not done with it yet. So we only want to submit it when we're done with the code, and we want to submit it to the teacher so the teacher can see it.
Makes sense.
Right now the teacher can't see anything we've done yet. Okay, but what we want to do is we want to reopen it. And so if you see that little down thing by the submit, you want to click that.
And click
open. And now we're ready to rock.
Yay.
Okay, so we can run the code. So here's a big button to run the code.
And we get our non-pop-up blocked. There it is.
Go.
Hello, world.
Hey, world. How's it going, world? So go ahead and close that real quick.
Okay.
And then we can save it. Now, how do we submit it? The submit button disappeared. So how do we submit it? Well, we have to save it again. And let's imagine that we made a bunch of changes.
So this is going to be demo 2. This is the, wow, I really cannot spell, updated version. There we go.
And then go down to the bottom.
And save project
it
again. Would you look at that?
So we see the old version and the newer version. We didn't change anything, but
as far as it knows, we thought it did.
And then go ahead and click submit.
For the new version.
For the new version. Now there's one last thing you gotta do. You have to figure out which activity you're working on. Are we working on planetoids, bellicose birds, or this one?
We're working on the last one, the introduction. And go ahead and click that, comments.
You can add a comment if you want. I hope this is right or something, or let me know if I screwed it up. Or
this was fun.
And then you go ahead and hit that button down there.
Okay, submit project.
That's right.
All done.
So there you go. So now I'm the teacher, so I can go in and I can look and see, you know, kind of what it looks like. So let's switch places here.
Okay.
A lonely course because there's only one person in
That's
there.
me. Sakina Lovebug.
But the reason that we created this whole thing is because of this gradebook button on the bottom here. And so, thank you, Sakina.
So proud of myself.
And so now, you know, if I had more than one student, there would be, you know, this row and another row. You know, there'd just be a list of student names on the left here.
Yeah.
And then there's, here we have 3 different coding activities, but it might be 5, it might be 10 different coding activities, whatever. And for the teacher, you know, I always want to know, okay, what do I got to do? You know? And the nice part is that if you submit something, then it's going to show up assignment not graded. And so it's going to be in this nice little blue text here.
Very clear.
And I can click on this thing, and I can see the code.
Oh, you can even run the code from there?
I can run the code.
Oh,
I can
wow.
run the code. Thank goodness my pop-up blocker is already disabled. And hello world, I'm like, well, that looks pretty good. And the cool thing is I can even modify this code.
And send it back to the student?
So we're still working on being able to send it back, but I can modify it, and I can say, okay, I just changed the text size from 40 to 20, and now the text is all little.
Yeah, smaller.
But sometimes students will make, they'll have subtle bugs in the code, and it's like, I wonder if I just put an extra minus sign in right here, if everything will just be okay, if that's the only thing. Or maybe there's a missing curly bracket, and
Hi, I'm back.
It's really easy to accidentally leave out curly brackets or parentheses and things like that.
Yeah,
so,
we've all been there.
So you can kind of play around with the code and see, oh, I wonder if I could just add an extra thing there, and that'll work. And so, so that's one of the nice parts about it. And then when I'm ready to give a comment or I'm ready to grade it, I can go over here, and I can click Grade this submission. All right. So I'm going to click that. And grade, I mean, really, it means feedback. I don't have to, like, for sure grade it.
Yeah.
But what I can do is I can say, actually, you didn't do...
You didn't do the assignment at all.
You didn't do, the entire thing. Keep working. And
then
I can
update submission.
Update that. And then when you go back and you open it, you can see that I've sent you a little note, and maybe I've given you some tips on how to complete it.
Cool. Seems really streamlined and easy.
Yeah, I can't imagine how you would do coding activities in a class without having this like grid of students and assignments, and here's the thing you haven't looked at yet.
Oh, I agree. I don't know how when I first took engineering, I don't know how they graded all of our codes. They probably literally copied and pasted and put it in and ran it themselves. It's probably a headache. This seems much easier. Yeah.
And there's just not a whole lot out there. I mean, there's Jupyter does things with Python. There's I think this is better than Jupyter. I think it's easier to set up personally. It works on Chromebooks.
Works on Windows, works on Mac laptops and desktops, Microsoft Surface, Linux, Android tablets. Works on just about everything pretty well except iPads, but we're working on that. And there's no install that's required. You just go to the website and it just works.
But this is what we use, and hundreds of students have used this thing by now. So you're welcome to use it for free, and send us an email or something like that, and tell us if you would like to use it. So thanks for hearing us out.
Yay!
And we'll see you again in another video.
Bye!